and get water. As I say, this is probably the hottest night I've had on the field, and I'm sure that cool press box up there is keeping you guys nice and dry.
He must not have spent much time up here, Dave, to say that it's a cool press box.
Hey, there's a funny odor up here, Paul.
And it's me, you, and every other guy that's up here sweating.
25 of us up there.
Oh, last time.
10-foot area.
Oh, well, get to know thy neighbor. Avery Mason, short kick's going to go to about the 32-yard line, and it's a fair catch again by Shane Sullivan. And I want to check scores here in a moment, but I need to let you know the Dowling Catholic High School football on 1150 KWKY is streaming on KWKY.com and webcasting at DowlingCatholic.org. Is brought to you in part by Principal Financial Group, NutriCal, Two Rivers Glass and Door. We'll get Ramel Slaughter in here for a moment for a scoring update on this play. After this play, actually we'll get it to you this play. Sorry. Southeast Polk leads Waukee 7-0. Indianola leads Valley at half 10-7. So Indianola shocks Ankeny last year. Maybe they'll shock Valley this year. Marshalltown leads Johnson 14-10, and Ankeny all over Des Moines North 35-0. Here our score 28-7 with 3:23 to play. East High will have the football, and already a delay of game penalty. I can't keep up with all this, Dave, and wipe the sweat down.
I tell you, it's just a strange night, Paul. It really is. It's just, you know, it's hard for us to get into this game because of the weather conditions. I just couldn't imagine what it's like being down there with those pads on.
Well, and these are the types of games that coaches just hate because it doesn't go as scripted.
Well, mentally, as I just said, for us up here, it's hard to focus. And, man, it's just a difficult night. And those kids, I give them credit. They're doing a great job.
Let's see, that was a six-play, 77-yard drive last time for the Maroons. It's a handoff, Xavier James. James maybe gets half a yard on that play, but again, James, you just can't run him straight up the middle. You got to mix it in with somebody else.
Yeah, and he's doing that all the time. That was James Jacqueline. It's impossible to call who made the tackle on that play because so many Dowling defenders are in the middle there, and James just continues to run there.
2nd and 14. Now 13, they're going to say. So that was a gain of 2 for James. Check in a couple of scores. Des Moines Lincoln leads Sioux City East 34-14. Ames over Ottumwa 7-6. And again, another. Oh, this is a timeout. We'll take one as well on the official radio station of Dowling Catholic Sports, 1150 KWKY. Xavier James looks to throw the football and throws it to the right side, and it's caught by Abu Sama. Great acrobatic catch. He goes up, makes it at the 31-yard line. Brian Morris is on our sideline. We'll check in with him after this play. Brian, we'll go to you in just a moment. 2:17, clock is rolling. Dowling leads 28-7 over East High Scarlets tonight. This game is at Williams Stadium, and it is a home game for Dowling Catholic.
And Paul, I want to say our halftime guest I see coming up here is Claude Wilkins, the head freshman football coach for Dowling Catholic.
Big impressive win tonight. James is going to tuck it and run it and not get very far. Gets maybe a yard back to the original line. And there is a timeout, but we'll go down to the star of our show, Mr. Brian Morris on the far sideline. Brian?
No, I'm down here with some other young fans here. Looks like a MAC jersey. It looks like cheerleading. What's your guys' name?
Lucy, Molly.
Molly, look right over there. They'll be able to see you. You'll be able to go on the internet and see yourself. What were you guys here tonight for the cheerleading and for the just the game?
Yeah, my
Oh, Kramer, Alex Kramer. How about you?
I'm just here for fun.
Hot enough for you, right? I'm thinking your mom should buy you some Pepsis or waters, huh? Thanks for coming on, ladies.
All right, that's Brian Morris down on the far sideline, and we understand it's just a little bit cooler. The breeze is out there, but your daughter was saying she's going home because it's hot.
Yeah, I tell you, Brian's such a charmer, isn't he? Just,
You should see him on the road trips. He gets even better
I'm glad
that way.
he's on the other side because we can't see him right now. He's, I'm sure, hopping around there, but doing a good job, Brian. This is the longest first half.
It is. We're coming up on 8:30 already here as the Scarlets are going to punt the football. Darboux and Hawk are back deep. It's a short kick. Looked like the Maroons may have gotten a hand off of it. The ball bounces at the 48, brings up some black tires in its way. Ball goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Coming up in 1 minute, 43 seconds, we'll have Brian Morris on our sidelines. He'll talk to head coach Tom Wilson as he leaves the field. So Brian's going to make his way from the stands back onto the field. So he'll be there with head coach Tom Wilson at halftime. 28-7 is our score. Dowling Catholic High School football on 1150 KWKY is streaming on KWKY.com, and webcasting at dowlingcatholic.org is brought to you in part by Dayton Heating and Air Conditioning, Mama Lacona's Restaurant, Waters Autoland, and the Dana Company. Back here, our score is 28-7. Dowling leads with 1:43 before half. The Maroons would like to score one more time. Hartlib fakes the out, goes instead to Brandon Ogden underneath, caught at the 50. Ogden already into Scarlet territory. That drive started at the 45. It's a pickup of 10 down to the 45 of East.
Nice read by Danny on that play. His read is Darboux going deep on a fly pattern, and if they jump him, as they did, he's supposed to throw short to Ogden, which he did. Nice play.
It was on the Dowling. It's caught by Ogden again. Ogden runs the out pattern, caught at the 32-yard line. That's enough for a first down, pickup of 12. They only needed one. They move it nicely up to the, and they'll keep moving to the 32.
And they're working on their 2-minute offense. We haven't seen this year, and Dowling Catholic needs to get some practice doing this, and they're getting the opportunity tonight.
So they go Ogden on the right side. Now they go Ogden on the left. Ogden is wearing number 9, and he is on the field near side as well. Hartlib throws it, and it's almost picked off the intended receiver. Woo! Dowling lucky to get that one back. Addison Bennett was locked in, but it was a nice play by East there. Yeah, Kyle Knutson.
I don't think Dan saw him at all. He was the linebacker, I believe, going, or no, he was an outside backer dropping back in coverage, and I don't think Danny saw him drop back. He looks like he's a rush in on this, but he dropped back.
Hartlib fakes it for the pass, tucks it and runs it, and he's going to get out of bounds with 1:05 on 2nd and 10. It'll stop the clock momentarily, and it gets up. Well, they're not even going to give him more than 4 yards, maybe 4 on that play.
Design run all the way. Danny trying to get outside. Smart play getting out of bounds so they can huddle up and regroup and make a call.
I'm going to say 3rd and 6. Ball is at the 28-yard line, so the Maroons need to probably get another 10 to 15 yards before they could attempt a field goal. Not exactly the strongest leg as we've seen in previous years. Mason did hit a 38-yarder earlier this year. Mason not needed. That goes over the head pass intended for Amara Darboux. He had some room, but the pass was just too tall. 4th down.
Yeah, it brings up 4th down. Dowling Catholic, my guess would be they're going to go for it on 4th here. I don't think he has the leg to make this field goal, so my guess is they would go for it. We'll see. I don't know.
They're bringing in Mason, and he
They
has
are
the
gonna
tee
try
in
and
his
kick.
hand. The ball will be set at about the 35, which would make it a 45-yard field goal. I don't know if he's got the leg for that. In high school, you don't see it, but you never know, especially for a guy who's been playing the entire game. Mason, they're going to do the hard snap count. They can't get the ball off. Mason's kick would have been good from about 50 yards, but I don't think it would have been up the middle.
He made us eat our words. I tell you, we really haven't seen him kick a field goal like this all year. But we learned he does have the leg.
All right, I'm going to go down to Brian Morris here as there's a little penalty as we sort things out. Offside on East. It's a 5-yard penalty. We'll make it 4th and 1,
And
Brian.
they're going to go for it,
aren't they,
They're gonna
Brian?
go for it.
Yeah, they brought the offensive unit back on the field. You know, as the game wears on, some of these East players have been going both ways, and I just think the fatigue factor in the second quarter has taken its toll on some of their players.
Well, and Brian, I don't see any of the players for East on this near side. I haven't been watching them as much, but we've mentioned, I believe, 2 players at least. Murfeld would be one, Clemon the other, that have been out because of injury. We are timeout on the field. East wants to sort things out with a minute 1:01 to play before half. 28-7, Dowling leads here before halftime, Dave.
Yeah, I tell you, a lot of timeouts, a lot of penalties. Slow first half to summarize it.
The 40-yard line on the south side. He's not near anybody, so I'm guessing he makes his mouth a little bit. But power I formation. Hartlib's going to go under center. 4th and 1. They need a yard. Hartlib, I formation behind him. Hard snap count. Toss sweep to goalie. Goalie's got it, makes the cutback. Goalie's got it more. He's got the first down. He might get into the end zone.
He's
20,
got
15, 10, 5. Touchdown on 4th and 1. Ben Goalie scores from 22 yards out, and the Maroons take another touchdown into the end zone.
I tell you, the best way to make a good run is to do exactly what he did. Make it look like you're going up outside, cut up field, and then cut back. Great run by Ben Goalie, and a nice block by Brandon Ogden on that play.
So that's 2 huge blocks Ogden's had. That's the 4th touchdown for Ben Goalie tonight.
And you know what I liked about Ogden on that play is he knocked that guy in his can, then he went and helped him up.
You know,
great sportsmanship.
Exactly.
I'm not sure if the East High guy appreciated that, but what a beautiful run by Ben Goalie.
Extra points, no good. 34-7 with 51 seconds. The final 51 when we come back on the official radio station of Dowling Catholic Sports, 1150 KWKY. Dowling Catholic on the 4th touchdown of Ben Goalie of the night makes it 34-7 on the official radio station of Dowling Catholic Sports, 1150 KWKY. Great performance by Ben Goalie. Avery Mason missed the extra point, kicks the low liner over the head of... That was touched by a East player, and that was touched by Brandon Lane. And Lane didn't get very much, but let's go down to Brian Morris, who's standing on the far side of the field in front of the Dowling fans. Brian, hello.
Hey, guys, you know, the 2 gentlemen down here, Andrew Clement, Matt Merfield, ice on their injuries, and I'm afraid who to interview this week because those are the 2 gentlemen on the defensive eye that I've interviewed the last 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, what he's saying, Dave, is he's going to put a jinx on some guy. I don't want to say anything like that. East is going to take the football here, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. They have 51 seconds, and they're just going to take a knee.
Thank goodness.
They'll end this quarter. They trail 34-7. They did get in, but kind of a nice night if you like warm weather. So it'll be 2nd down. We'll come up. Brian Morris will talk to head coach Tom Wilson, and also at halftime is the freshman coach Claude Wilkins.
Yes, and he was behind us. I think he's down with the coaches.
So the Maroons
That won't be it.
defense won't really matter here, and it'll be a 34-7 halftime lead as we try to find as Brian Morris tries to find head coach Tom Wilson for his halftime interview. I see Brian right now at about the 48, and the Maroons starting to make their way to the Grandview side of the field. And Brian Morris is at the 45-yard line, and we'll go to Brian Morris right now. He's with head coach Tom Wilson. Brian?
34-7, you really contained East's explosive offense except for that one series.
Oh, we have. I think our kids have done a pretty good job of owning the line of scrimmage. They've got a couple runs, a couple pass plays, but they've got some good athletes over there. I really think our defense has done a nice job.
Bengoli, 4 touchdowns, has had a couple really nice runs. Seems like some of those pass plays have set up Ben on those runs.
Well, they have, and I think that last run by Ben was outstanding. Really, East had defended. We fooled no one, and he did a nice job cutting back, and I think you're right. We've got our passing game going fairly efficiently, and it's certainly set up other things.
On the injury front, again, that linebacker position. Injuries.
Yeah, they do, and I think really what our trainers didn't want to do is really take any chances at this point. I think it gives a couple other guys some experience, and maybe we're building a little bit of depth, and hopefully they can come back next week.
All right, stay cool, Coach.
All right, that's Brian Morris down on the far sideline. We'll take a break. We'll bring in Claude Wilkins. We'll also update you on scores from around the CIML and take a look at some of the first half statistics. We're at halftime at Williams Stadium. 34-7 Dowling Catholic leads. You're listening to the official radio station of Dowling Catholic Sports, 1150 KWKY.